Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Nepal makes a historic entry into the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup, defeating UAE by 8 wickets in the Asia qualifiers this evening. Preparations begin for Prime Minister Oli's upcoming visit to China. Experts suggest to prepare for agendas to implement previous agreements ranging from construction of railway to highway. Kantipur Conclave 2024 kicks off from today. Maoist Center Chair Dahal says only a better democracy can be an alternative to democracy, which experts warn was threatened by partyism. And Managing Director of NEA Kulman Khising warns the authority will return to its regular process if the faulty industries fail to clear their dues within 15 days. Nepal has qualified for the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup for the first time after winning the Asia qualifier. Nepal defeated UAE by 8 wickets in the match held this evening to ensure its berth in the World Cup in Malaysia next year, along with the Asia Cup scheduled for next month in UAE. In the first match of the double round robin, Nepal had lost to UAE by 13 runs. However, the team avenged that loss today to make a history for Nepal. The team reached a target of 84 runs in 14.4 balls. And with the win, the final equation for next year's World Cup is set with 16 teams selected. Last year, Nepal had ended the qualifiers in third position and failed to make its place in the first edition of the Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup. With this qualifiers result, the Under-19 team has become the only women's team so far to qualify for a Cricket World Cup. In today's match, UAE had won the toss and batted first, posting 83 runs in 20 overs, losing 9 wickets. Captain Samyam Dharka had scored the highest 31 runs. Rinitha Ranjitha had scored 20 runs and Induja Nandakumari and Lavanya Kenya had scored an equal 10 runs. Krishma Gurung claimed 4 wickets for Nepal, as Riya Sharma and Simana Kesi took 2 wickets each, while Rachana Chaudhary claimed 1 wicket. Chasing a victory target of 84 runs, Sabitri Dhami scored 12 runs, Captain Pooja Mahato contributed 21, Sana Pravin 35 and Soni Pakrin remained undefeated at 13. Mehak Thakur took 2 wickets for UAE. The ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup is slated for January 18 to February 2nd in Malaysia next year. The participating 16 teams have been divided into 4 groups. Nepal is in Group D alongside Australia, Bangladesh and Scotland. Nepal's first match will be against Bangladesh on 18th of January. The team will play against Scotland on the 20th and Australia on the 22nd. Now, Managing Director of Nepal Electric Authority, Kulman Khising, has warned the authority will return to its regular processes if the faulty industries fail to clear their dues of the dedicated and trunk line within 15 days' time. Organizing a press conference today, Khising warned of disconnecting power supply once again if the industries fail to pay the authority as per the bills issued, reminding of the Council of Ministers' decision on Sunday for the same. Khising also stated that the authority was relieved to understand that the government and the Ministry of Energy were working to make sure the industries pay their outstanding amounts. He added that the issue of pending dues had been the concern of not just the authority but also of the general public. Khising also suggested that even general public had grown reluctant in clearing their bills due to faulty industries. Kantipur Conclave 2024, organized by Kantipur Media Group, has kicked off in the capital from today with a special focus on democracy. Speaking in the final session of Day 1, former Prime Minister and CPN Maoist Center Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal said that Kantipur Media Group's event had played a role in strengthening democracy. He said the only alternative to democracy would be a better or improved democracy and not autocracy or anarchy. Dahal warned of complications if the provisions related to election mechanism and certain communities were not corrected in time. He also said his party was not in the mindset of toppling the CPN-UMO and Nepali Congress-led government. However, he added that the current government's future was not long. Speaking at the inaugural ceremony, chairperson of Kantipur Media Group, Kailash Sirohia, said that the program aimed to strengthen democratic system by promoting discussions on the rising issues concerning democracy.
The Kantipur Conclave is more than just a forum. It is a space where today's planner and tomorrow visionaries national and international policy makers, and forward-thinking individuals engage in meaningful debate. Here, we don't identify problem. We also work together to outline and debate potential solutions for a better, more democratic future.
Chief Justice Prakash Man Singh Raut, during his inaugural speech, assured the judicial system would be free from undue pressure of any parties. However, he added that improvements were necessary. Nobel laureate Kailash Satyarthi, delivering the keynote speech, said populism in fact had been in trend across the world to impress voters. He said such a trend had affected the overall democratic practice.
Needless to say that democracy is not just a political system or a system of governance. It is also an embodiment of certain values that hold society together and keep it fairer. With a sense of responsibility, with a sense of accountability, democracy teaches us how to hold the society together and fairer.
The event has 55 speakers across 12 sessions, including 12 international speakers. In our Public Voice segment, today we've asked in several provinces what should be done to control the risk of road accidents. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
क्षमता भन्दा बढी चाहिँ यात्रीहरू बोक्नु भएन र रुल्सलाई चाहिँ एकदमै फलो गर्यो भने र ओभरटेक चाहिँ गर्ने काम चाहिँ बिल्कुलै गर्नु भएन।
बाटोलाई चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ स्तर उन्नति गरेर यसको ग्रेडिङ देखि लिएर सबै कुराहरू व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्दछ।
ओभरटेक गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कसरी कतिको जाँदा ठिक हुन्छ कि पछाडी चाहिँ कमै गर्दा ठिक हुन्छ हैन, हामी चाहिँ त्यसरी चाहिँ विचार गर्नु पर्यो।
चालकहरूलाई चाहिँ ट्राफिक नियम सम्बन्धी, रोड सम्बन्धी, अब यो सिग्नल सम्बन्धीहरू ट्रेनिङको व्यवस्था मिलाउनु पर्ने।
मैले राम्ररी गाडी चलाए पनि पछाडीबाट आउनेले ठोकिदिन्छ हैन, यो सवारी चलाउनेहरूलाई अलि एजुकेट गर्नु पर्यो।
मादक पदार्थहरू सेवन गरेर गाडीहरू चलाउनु भएन।
भोल्युम बढाइदिएर त जरिमाना लगाइदिने हो भने मान्छे अलि सचेत हुन्थे कि।
सवारी साधन धनीहरूले पनि अलिकति अनुभवी चालकहरूलाई राखेर
ड्राइभिङ स्लो गर्नु पर्यो अनि बाटो काट्दाखेरि यताउति हेरेर काट्नु पर्यो।
It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you, why has the agreement to not hike flight fares not been implemented? 58% voted for A, feeble monitoring, 9% for B, taking advantage of legal loopholes, and 33% for C, non-compliant service providers. Here's today's question. Why do you think more than 2/3 applicants have failed the teacher's license examination? Your options are A, weak learning, B, lack of capable applicants, and C, a question on the examination mechanism. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is scheduled for a state visit to China. As Nepali Congress and CPNML are doing party legworks for Nepal's agenda during the meeting, Minister for Foreign Affairs Arju Rana is to visit China in the second week of Nepalese month of Mangsir. This is the first time Premier Oli is going to China since assuming office for the fourth time as the country's executive head. The visit has been looked at with keen interest from all quarters.
Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is to visit China in the final week of November. This is his first state visit since assuming office for the fourth time, and preparations are underway from both sides for the same. The agendas, however, have yet to be finalized. Earlier, during the Secretariat meeting of CPN-UML on 9th of November, the Premier had suggested there would not be too many issues on the table when he visits China. This, according to analysts, means that the new agreements are highly unlikely.
अहिले समाजसँग औपचारिक रूपले चाहिँ प्रधानमन्त्री को चीन भ्रमणमा चाहिँ जाने भयो भनेर औपचारिक छलफल चाहिँ भएको छैन। छलफल भित्र तयारी त अब यो निमन्त्रणा गर्ने बेलादेखि लिएर हैन अनि के एजेन्डामा छलफल हुने कुरादेखि लिएर सामान्य कुरा चाहिँ द्विपक्षीय कुरा त भइराखेको हुन्छ तर त्यो अलि बाहिर चाहिँ डिस्क्लोज हुने भएको छैन.
There are several agreements between Nepal and China struck in the past that have yet to be implemented. For instance, during Prime Minister Oli's Beijing trip, the two sides agreed to bring into operation 8 border points. So far, just the Rashwa and Tatopani border points have opened. Likewise, another agreement was reached for construction of railway along with plans to improve public institutions, raise the capacity of National Planning Commission and increase Chinese investments in Nepal. However, progress so far has remained way below expectation. Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Nepal in 2019. During the visit, agreements were reached to increase connectivity and open as many border points as possible. However, despite the lapse of 5 years, the agreement to construct Kerung-Kathmandu railway along with expanding road and air connectivity among others have yet to be implemented.
Bureaucracy र टेक्नोक्र्याट्सहरु चाहिँ राम्रोसँग परिचालन नभएको ड्राइभ नभएको र पोलिटिकल लिडरले त्यो लिडरशिपले चाहिँ नि प्राथमिकता यो हो गो अहेड भनेर चाहिँ त्यसमा पहल गरेर अलि जोडबल नगरेको त्यस्तो हाम्रो तर्फबाट देखिन्छ.
The then President Bidya Devi Bhandari visited China in the Nepalese year 2076. An agreement was reached back then for the implementation of the BRI project and raising support in the education sector. However, the BRI project has yet to come into implementation. Last year, the then Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal visited China, reaching an agreement on digital economy, reducing carbon emissions, agriculture, science, technology, and Hilsa Simcoat road expansion project, among others. The project in these agreements have remained dismal.
हामीले नयाँ योजना थपिरहनुको साटो अहिले झन्डै हामीले हिसाब गर्ने भनेदेखि 2008 देखि हिसाब गर्ने भनेदेखि झन्डै 60-70 भन्दा बढी योजनाहरू समझदारी पत्रमा हस्ताक्षर गरिएका छन्. त्यसको कार्यान्वयन भइरहेको छैन. त्यसकारण मूलतः अहिले त्यतिखेर ओलीजीको टाइममा नयाँ योजना माग्ने भन्दा पनि अनि भइरहेको पहिला हामीले समझदारी पत्रमा उहाँ नै ओलीजी जाँदाखेरि होस् या राष्ट्रपति सी जिनपिङ महामहिम यहाँ अक्टोबर 13, 2019 मा आउँदाखेरि होस् या विद्या भण्डारी जाँदाखेरि होस् या म राष्ट्रमन्त्रीको हैसियतबाट जाँदाखेरिका गरेका सम्झौता हुन् यी सबै सम्झौताहरू त्यतिकै बसिरहेछन्. यिनीहरूलाई प्राथमिकता साथ चाहिँ यिनीहरूलाई अगाडि बढाउनु पर्यो.
It is understood that China's top priority has so far been the implementation of BRI project. Meanwhile, ruling partners Nepali Congress and CPN-UML have different stands on issues like BRI among others, which is likely to further delay the implementation of the project. Experts have suggested the Prime Minister to make effort to convert the loan taken for Pokhara International Airport to grant.
We've got more news coming up, but right now it's time for yet another short break. Welcome back. It's time now for International Update. U.S. President Joe Biden is to host President-elect Donald Trump at the White House today for a meeting designed to demonstrate a smooth transition between administrations, despite Trump's team not yet having signed documents to start the handover process. Biden, who initially ran against Trump in the 2024 election before stepping aside and endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee, will welcome the former and future president into the Oval Office, a traditional courtesy by outgoing presidents that Trump, a Republican, did not extend to Biden in 2020 when he won. Biden and Trump have sharply criticized each other for years, and their respective teams hold vastly different positions on policies from climate change to Russia and trade. The 81-year-old Biden has portrayed Trump as a threat to democracy, while Trump, who is 78 years old, has portrayed Biden as incompetent. Trump made false claims of widespread fraud in the 2020 election. Biden and Trump will likely discuss a myriad of topics, including foreign policy. The outgoing president may urge Trump to back Ukraine in its war with Russia. U.S. support for Kiev is in question following Trump's victory over Harris last week, and Trump has pledged to end the war quickly without explaining how. The meeting will be the first since the two men's debate in June. Biden's poor performance then heightened concerns about his age among fellow Democrats and led to his departure from the race. Harris became the Democratic nominee instead, running a truncated campaign that ended in her loss. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has appointed Elon Musk to jointly lead a new Department of Government Efficiency. Musk will lead the body with Republican Vivek Ramaswamy. It's essentially an advisory role, writes correspondent David Willis. Trump says the body will dismantle government bureaucracy and could be the Manhattan Project of their time, a reference to the top-secret effort to develop nuclear weapons during World War II. Trump has also picked Pete Hegseth, a Fox News host and Army veteran, to be Defense Secretary. Meanwhile, John Ratcliffe is appointed Director of National Intelligence and Kristi Noem will lead the Department of Homeland Security. Republicans are closing in on a majority in the House of Representatives. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Up next is News in Nepali. Good night.